Jestina Mukoko became a celebrated prisoner of conscience in Mugabe's secret jail, spending Christmas away from her family amid fears that she had been killed. Jestina became a symbol of everything that was rotten with the Zimbabwean lack of democracy and the use of extrajudicial powers by Mugabe's secret service, the dreaded CIO. In her second-part interview with the managing editor of the Zimbabwe Times, Geoff Nyarota, Jestina Mukoko talks about the torture she endured at the hands of her captors.
I was then led from the room that I had been put in, and there was a big woman who came to lead me to the other room. She held my hand, and all of a sudden I was told to sit down, and I had to sit on the floor. It was a carpeted floor.
And all this time, you had no idea where you were?
I had no idea where I was.
So you sat down on the floor?
I sat down on the floor, and I was asked to remove the blindfold. I had now started using my dressing gown as a blindfold, because the one that they had used initially was a very dirty cloth, a mutton cloth, which was really dirty. And when I was talking to the women who gave me the dress, one of them said, "It's fine, you can use your dressing gown as a blindfold." So when I opened my eyes, there were about 6 men and 1 woman. Some of them were sitting on the 2 desks that were in the room, and some of them were sitting on the few chairs that were in that room.
Did your abductors ever torture you while you were incarcerated?
Yes.
How?
I was asked to remove the shoes. And after I removed the shoes, they started assaulting me on the soles of my feet.
With what?
They had, it was about 1 meter long rubber truncheons. There were 2 of them. I think one of them must have had a metal thing inside, because it was really painful. But the other one was just a hose pipe. But I think with the force that they were applying it with, it was all under the soles of my feet. And each time that they were torturing me lasted about 5 to 6 minutes. And for a while, that went on. And then the woman then asked the men to leave the room. And I think she had gone and bought a panty, because I didn't have any undergarments. And I think she knew what was going to happen next, because thereafter I was told to raise my feet.
This is after she'd given you the panty?
Yes, I was then asked to
put it on?
Yes, I was asked to raise my feet on a desk like this height while I sat on the floor. And initially I was hesitant to lift my legs up, because obviously it meant that the dresses were going to come down, and I would expose myself. And one of them said, "We really don't care about your legs, so put your legs up there." And then the beating continued. So they would do this, that I would be, they would beat the soles of my feet while I was flat on the ground. And then at times they would ask me to raise my feet on the desk.
Did you at any stage ever fear that your abductors might kill you?
Yes, because during interrogation, I was being told that I had 2 choices. And one of the choices was that I become a state witness, or
State witness in what case?
Because they were saying that they were alleging that I was working with the MDC and was recruiting on behalf of the MDC, which allegations I denied because I had never been involved in any of the things that they were accusing me of.
So they were accusing you of recruiting people for the MDC?
Yes, they were accusing me of recruiting people for the MDC who were then going to... no, at that stage, it was just that I had recruited people, somebody who had gone to Botswana for training.
In your view, what led to these accusations being leveled against you? In your view, what was your own assessment?
I would say because I am a human rights defender, my organization is involved in the monitoring and documentation of human rights violations that are politically motivated.
And you feel it is because of this kind of work?
I feel that it was this kind of work because I was also being asked why the reports that we got from our monitors were accurate.
But before your abduction, did you have any sense that you might actually get into trouble for the kind of work that you were doing?
I think there'd been a general sense of fear among civil society organizations in the run-up to the June 27 runoff. But after that, after the signing of the global political agreement, nobody really thought that something like that would happen. And I will admit that I did not see this coming.
So you were actually surprised?
I was.
That this was happening after the signing of the September 12th agreement?
Exactly.
Okay. Eventually, you were acquitted, or rather, the charges against you were thrown out of court. How did you feel? What did you do? Especially after you'd undergone such an ordeal.
It was emotional for me. It was emotional in the sense that my family had suffered. If I can tell you that my brother had looked for me in a mortuary. He had gone round mortuaries in Harare looking for me. He had gone round hospitals hoping to find me. And I was thinking that I had been in and out of court since the 24th of December. And in all that time, there were even orders that were not being followed through. I was kept in a maximum security prison for a crime that I know and that those people who were accusing me know I did not commit. And I think it was just so emotional for me to accept that everything that I had gone through had just come to an end. But I think what made me emotional at the time was the fact that it was like my life had ended on the 3rd of December. My son had gone through a difficult time.
Thank you very much, Jestina. I wish you all the best. Thanks.